hopefully I can get a nice case made of this plastic material. Yeah, that should look pretty tasty when it's done. Projects. One thing I did have fail is my dummy load, this one, and it come unsoldered, believe it or not, and fell to bits, so I've had to order, well, I'm ordering a new module which I hope will fit inside this one. Just making a plastic case for this amplifier. Got the fans mounted, the positive and negative terminal, and cut the holes in the front for these to come through, and started putting the wiring in for the PTT connector, which is there, which is going to be a 3.5mm lead, which I've made one up. I've lost, there should be another one of those, but not a small one. Lost it somewhere in the garage. I'm going to have a rummage through my boxes, see if I can find it. A quick tour of my mini PA so far. See if I can put a light on. Not really made much difference. Okay, let's switch it up again. Right, so what have we got? Okay, this end of the mini PA, we've got positive terminal, negative terminal, 3.5mm jack plug, which is the PTT connection, two 12-volt cooling fans which are sucking air out the case, fuse holder there, and with the two fans below it, with that little board I made so I could reuse as connectors. The main mini PA board itself with heatsink underneath. This is R6, 230 ohm resistors, and that makes it 15 ohms for my particular application. Low pass filter, 7-element low pass filter for the bands I want. This is the PTT wire coming down here. On the front is the SMAs in and out. I think it's all the other way around. Yeah, in and out. And you can see that's the cooling fins, and this is where the air goes in here at the front, so it sucks air through the case, through there, out the back. This side you can see the little fans more easily. There's a 1k resistor there which feeds the front LED indicator, which shows it's got power, and that's where I am at the moment. So it's got to have two sides on the top and some feet on the bottom to stop it scratching any surfaces. And it's not perfect, but it's okay. You know, excuse me, the biggest problem in making things like this is the cost of the case. But I think that's going to be okay. You can look down there, you can just about see the fans at the other end, so the air goes in across all the components as well and out the other end. And bias is set to 2.7 at the moment, and people are saying 3.2 is an ideal sort of setting. The only problem is at the moment my dummy load's gone open circuit, so I can't actually do any more testing, but I'd like to do some testing with it now it's all sort of stably mounted in this case. and then you know, I can consider making the rest of the case. Quite pleased with it. And I've got some coils come today. These will get rewound. They're yellow core, and I think that it's this T6 material. I think it is. So I'm going to reuse those for making some more low pass filters for another project. Continuing on with projects, a lot of my projects have been held up because of one thing or another. Postal strike is not helping at the moment. I'm waiting on a lot of parts, and I'd just like to show you my finished HF amplifier. And this is my HF amplifier, 70 watt, and it's got the case made of this plastic used for, I don't know, cavity wall and stuff, and used in shower cubicles, and it's got plenty of screws in it. So input output runs from 12 volt, 70 watt, 20 and 40 meter band for the radio amateur, in 5 watt max, out 70, but some bands you can get 100 watts depending on the voltage you put in on the power supply. The air goes in here to keep it cool. There's an on off light there, shows it's powered. Twin cooling fans at the back which suck the air out of the unit as the air goes in the front. Plus and minus 12 volt. 3.5mm jack plug, which is the PTT line that connects to the radio. Although it's sort of finished, I've got to make another lead up. Put that to one side. My dummy load, the ceramic resistor that was fitted here, was, I don't know, the solder joint broke on it, and the ceramic bit cracked. So that's waiting for a part to come through the post. Right, now talking about filters, low pass filters. It's right, I'm in the house in the bungalow at the moment doing things. So I've successfully made a few filters now, low pass filters. This is a 7-stage 40 meter low pass filter. Yeah, call it 7-stage or 7-element low pass filter. That's the best one I've made actually. There's that one, that's for the 40 meter band. I made this one. This is for the what did I say that was? Yeah, that's 40 meter, and that's a 40 meter low pass filter as well. That's for one project, this is for another. Okay, I've then made a 20 meter low pass filter. This is part of the same series. This one is the low pass filter for the 3 meg band, which is 80 meters. So that's 40 meter, 20 meter, 80 meter band, and then I've got another one to make, which I haven't started on because I haven't got the materials. Then this one, part of the same series, this is 10 meter band. You can see I didn't have ferrite, so I've actually air coiled cores with more capacitors. Looks a bit of a mess, but it works very, very well. I think that's a 10 and 12 meter band, that one. 10 and 12 meter band, 40 meter band, 20 meter band, and the 80 meter band, and I've got that one. so they're a part of one project. This is another low pass filter project board. This is not for me, this is going to be for my neighbour, so there's one there. Other projects I've got on the go is electrical, is this camera here. This is supposed to be a waterproof camera, and this is one I've had for donkey's years, and this is the camera that when we got capsized in the sea on our canoes, the water got in it, and it's supposed to be waterproof, and there was slight corrosion, you know, around the end circuit board, the camera circuit board, which is this one, and also the microphone was not very good, so I've had to replace the microphone. That's waiting completion. That's the case it all goes into. It's a Sports DV camera, a 1080 camera. This is the first time I've actually got round to looking at it for many years. Other projects not related to electronics are carrying on with Herb Motorhome, to do with putting grills over anywhere mice can get in, and more for when the weather gets better is fitting the diesel heater to Bertie the Bongo motorhome, and also I've got to have a look at the exhaust at the back, and sometime I want to have a look at the gearbox oil seal for the sump. It looks like it's spewing oil out from somewhere, but it looks messy and I don't like it, and I've got to change a water pipe on it. But all these sort of projects being held up because of the postal strike, which I'm a little bit annoyed, because the other thing is I didn't receive my medication, which was a bit of a bugger, because when you're off your medication, when you go back on it, you've got all the side effects again, and then you work your way through the side effects, and then if you stop your medication again, you have to go through it all over again. In terms of subscribers, my target for the end of the year, I'm not doing very well on that, and that may determine whether I continue with the same type of YouTube channel, but keep your fingers crossed. So thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you can, and like, and if I don't catch up with you again, have a good Christmas and New Year.